What up YouTube? How are we feeling today? Hope you're doing great and have a great weekend. But today we're gonna talk about the delay of Heartlands. Yes guys, Division Heartland, a free-to-play game, has been delayed towards the next physical year 2022-2023. We had this information at the same time that we got the specialization revamp of the Division 2. I didn't want to make a video at the same day because we were just too hyped about the new content coming, the new information finally massive, and Ubisoft are speaking out and giving us some more information about the future of Division 2. And I didn't want to end with a downer. But today we're gonna talk about the Division's Heartland. Thanks for clicking my content, really appreciate you joining me, and if you like my content and want to help the channel out, smash that like button, hit me up with a comment down below, it helps tremendously within the YouTube algorithm, that's how it all works, and of course, hit that subscribe button with that little notification bell next to it to keep informed whenever I upload new videos. But are you ready? Let's go! So yeah guys, we got a delay of the Division Heartland. We didn't have any official news yet, so no news from Ubisoft itself or from Red Storm. Of course, Red Storm is the company, is the development team that is making this free-to-play game, the Division Heartland. But we had an earnings call from Ubisoft and they of course talked to their investors, talk about what they made in the last year and what they are planning to do with the rest of the games coming out. And there are a few games that are being delayed, but today we're gonna talk about Heartlands. There isn't much to talk about because it's just quietly said by Ubisoft that it will be pushed back. And one of the guys that always keeps an eye on everything Ubisoft and especially about their earnings call is on Twitter. I will put the tweet up right now, and he said that it's gonna be delayed. Again, we didn't hear anything about Red Storm or Ubisoft of the official channels, so hopefully we will come out with a little bit more information about the Heartlands delay, but it seems to be delayed until the next physical year, 2022-2023. So you have to think about April 2022 until March 2023. So that is a big delay if you ask me, but it seems like with all the backlash that Ubisoft had with their free-to-play games, talking about X-Defiant and of course talking about Ghost Recon Frontline, and there was a lot of backlash towards the free-to-play games that Ubisoft brought out. Of course, X-Defiant had a big difference between likes and dislikes. It was a very strange thing to see. You had more dislikes than likes, and then after a few months later we got the announcement, of course, just now from Ghost Recon Frontline. They announced the game, they announced a closed beta that you can participate in, but then a few days later or even a week later they delayed the game indefinitely because there was a lot of backlash towards Ubisoft and of course towards those two games being cash grabs, although it is a free-to-play game. So this sounds to me that they don't want that happening to Division's Heartland. Of course, we got some more news about the Division itself, finally giving some information, finally the devs speaking up about what we can expect about the new update for the Division 2, and it's gonna be the most ambitious to date yet. And these are big boy words. They need to make sure that they will deliver on those words and of course giving us the best content possible. So it looks like that they are pushing back Heartland a little bit to see what the hype will be around the Division 2 and maybe take advantage of the hype that Division 2 will bring. Everybody is coming back, or everybody is talking about the new update. People are coming back that may be playing some different games right now because it's way too quiet in the last few months or even the last year surrounding Division 2. And like we know, everybody needs to get hyped up to jump into the next hype, and I think that's why they push it down a little bit further, and of course the big backlash that they had with the other two free-to-play games. So it seems like that they just chose to delay it and don't want to get into that negative vibes that are around the free-to-play titles that the Division or that Ubisoft is bringing out with Ghost Recon Frontline and of course Tom Clancy's X Defiant. I think they will push it back a little bit, just like we had earlier this month. We had some information about a website, again no official information about Ubisoft of Red Storm, that this weekend would have a playtest for people that wanted to test out Heartlands. And personally, I didn't hear anything about it. I didn't get an invite. I talked to a few other creators. They didn't get invites as well. So it seems like that information wasn't true or was false. Maybe it was true and maybe they tried to get a playtest in, but now delaying the game a full year, or at least we can expect that to get it after May of 2022. So maybe it's gonna be in summer, trying to get the hype of the Division 2, and in my opinion it's a good choice. You don't want to get into that negative vibes of the free-to-play games. There is a lot of backlash towards those games. I even made a video about it, that Heartland is already doomed. If they are bringing out this game now, there is a lot of negative backlash towards it without people even playing the game. So I think they want to skip that and just hold off on it a little bit. But I'm of course a little bit disappointed because I would love to see Heartland drop a little bit sooner. But now they have the time to polish the game even more. I talked to a few creators that played the playtest back in May of April this year. I'm not too sure which month it was exactly, but they had a lot of fun. They talked about the game if it was already happening in the next few months. Of course, there were a little bit of polishing problems, but the core attributes of the game were very, very interesting and very, very nice to play. They loved the playtime. Of course, there were some polishing issues, but they didn't think that the game needed another year or a year and a half to be finished. So that told me that there were a lot of different things coming, and of course that Heartland will be dropping sooner than later. Now we heard of course that the Division 2 content was pushed back towards February, and then that told me that maybe Heartland would still be launched before, like we saw in the timeline that we got, of course, the roadmap that we got a few months ago. They showed us on the timeline, on the roadmap, that Heartland will drop before the Division 2 new content. But now, the Division 2 content's being pushed back. We're getting a lot of new information every single month with the Annex initiative. I'm very, very happy that we're hearing something about it, but I'm not shocked that the Division Heartland is being pushed back. And again, I think it's surrounding the information that we got, or surrounding the launches that we got from X Defiant and from Ghost Recon Frontline, and getting that huge backlash that they probably didn't expect. So they don't want that happening to Heartlands, and I'm very, very happy that they are pushing it back a little bit. Of course, I want to play it right now because it sounds great. I wasn't invited for the playtest. It looks like a lot of people within the USA or Canada were invited, but I'm in Europe, so I didn't get that invite yet. And hopefully this will bring us some more extra attention to the Division Heartland, and it can only be better from now. But this was the small information that we got, and hopefully we will get an official announcement from Red Storm and or from Ubisoft announcing that they will delay it and why they will delay it, you know. But now, like we know, we got from that call from Ubisoft, the earnings call, that it will be delayed for at least another few months, or at least until next fiscal year. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Why do you think that Heartland is being pushed back? And What do you think about it being pushed back? Is it a good thing for the game, or do you think that people are gonna forget about the game? Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course, notification bell. Pure Prime out!